succeeded because they had moral authority. One thing about nonviolent movements is, even though it is soft power, it is invisible. There is power in actually having moral authority or being viewed in to be more upstanding or more upright, something that aligns with people's values. And people are going to turn away or look down on a regime that is going to be brutally repressing a peaceful protest, as in the view or in the perception of the international community, and even locally within that nation. Even people who are loyal to the regime may have some niggling doubts about the virtue of slaughtering peaceful protesters or brutalizing them one way or another. The second thing is, a nonviolent movement, unlike a violent movement, anybody can participate. You see, for a violent movement, I need a certain amount of physical strength and capacity to fight or to go hungry, to be a junta, to be a person fighting in the forest. But nonviolent resistance uses two means. You can either be a concentration, like a mass protest, or a dispersion. We all stay home and nobody goes to work, or strikes and things like that, sit-ins, boycotts and things like that. So everybody can participate, and that's the power of a nonviolent resistance. Secondly, because you're not destroying property and things, although a repressive regime can fight back, can set things on fire, and there can be some destruction of property and a loss of life, it is not at the scale of when there are two parties that are involved in a violent conflict. The destruction is much less. And that means that after this whole struggle is over, the amount of rebuilding that you need to do, and think of rebuilding not just in terms of restoring destroyed infrastructure and destroyed businesses and property. There is also a certain trauma that is embedded in the population, and a resentment and a desire for vengeance that continues with violent uprisings, and that tend to perpetuate a cycle of violence and birth more violence. So violence begets more violence.